toss, and we kicked the ball to Hester, and 13 seconds later, he's standing in the end zone with his hands up in the air. So all the guys come over to their coach, and they go, "What was that?" He said, "I told you there's going to be a storm." It all happened right up front. Storms are a part of football, and as you will agree, they don't always come up front. They come whenever they want to. They're a part of life, and the only way you know how to meet them is if you discipline yourself to face them. I think that's what Dungy was trying to tell his team, and obviously it worked because they won that game. We cannot come back from challenges in our life if we're not prepared to do so ahead of time. We don't just gain immediate strength to overcome issues if we haven't planned to do so in preparation for the inevitable. So I've always thought the most important thing about success, the most important thing about being a Christian in terms of the personal responsibility, is the concept of discipline. One of the most ill-defined and perhaps unpopular word in the language in which you and I converse. Someone by the name of Bobby Knight, who used to be a basketball coach, told me in a letter once that discipline was doing what needs to be done, doing it when it needs to be done, doing it the best it can be done, and doing it that way every time you do it. I wrote that one down. Merriam-Webster's Collegiate Dictionary lists as one definition of discipline the following: training that corrects, molds, or perfects the mental faculties or moral character. Discipline. Paul moves into this section of Scripture having taken us through a very, very special doctrinal section about the incarnation. The first 11 verses of chapter 2 in Philippians are maybe some of the most important, sacred, beautiful scriptures you will ever read. He begins the next section, which is verse 12 of chapter 2. He begins this scripture this way. He says, "Therefore, my beloved brethren, as you have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling." I want to preach a little bit on the word therefore. It's a word that gets shoved under the rug sometimes when we're reading the scripture, but here it is really critical. You all know that the word therefore makes you look backward. It makes you take what you're about to read and go back and read what was before it because it's connected. Someone said that the word therefore is there so that you will find out what it's there for, and you need to go back and